What is going on, people? It's Jada Black here. This video is going to be a culmination of things that I've experienced, and I think things that go on, I think a lot of other men can relate to. I'm not saying that there aren't women who are not gonna relate to this video, but this video is pretty much a long time coming, all right? I think I made videos similar to this, all right? And I just want to say this, not all women are the same, it's like not all men are the same. I just want to preface that before you listen to this video or you see the title and you get butthurt. Just understand, this video is from things that I have experienced and things that I have seen or things I've been told. It's just all encompassing, Making videos on YouTube about 4 years. And I've switched my content up. I've changed my layers, and my thinking has changed. My outlook has changed. My focus has changed, and has changed to the point to where I see things a little bit differently than I did when I first started, When I first started making videos, it was all tunnel vision, And now you look at the bigger picture. You look at the fact that I have given people opportunities on my platform, whether it be male or female, either to be moderators or to just show support and understand that I know that they support me. It's just like with relationships. You give people an opportunity to prove themselves, and it either works or it doesn't. It's life, And I truly believe that you do have women out there who are good women, okay? Who are decent women, who are good mothers, good wives. And then you have those who want people to believe that, but that's not who they really are. They are making all women look bad. Just like you got guys that will do effeminate things and they will say things that I directly disagree with, So I want to make sure people understand this. We have to look at the bigger picture eventually. Even though I'm 29 years old, I see the bigger picture. More now than I ever have before. I made a video 2015 called basically men are now ignoring pretty girls or attractive girls. It was actually a video response. People didn't know that. It was a video response. And I felt like it's very true. Well, the premise of the video, the title wasn't a response. It was actually a response to a conversation about, it was an article about men basically giving women the wall of silence, right? I made a video on it, and I think I made maybe one more video on it, in that direction. But my thing is this. Men who have options are always going to ignore women, even if they are attractive, who may be messy, who may be dysfunctional. And that is the road that you really have to take. So I'm just conversating with you right now. This isn't scripted. This isn't me just, putting on a video and just speaking, the way I have in other videos. This video is going to flow, okay? So I want you to stay with me, all right? Just stay with me. This video is going to flow, all right? You have females out here, okay, who say one thing and do another. They will say that they're not like all the other women, like the other girls. You have women who go into male, quote unquote, spaces and they portray things, but that's not who they are. But they portray that because they want to fit in. It's just like high school all over again. It's just like high school all over again. People want to fit in just like they did when they were in high school. Because they don't want to be out there by themselves. They don't want to look in the mirror. They don't want to have to deal with the fact that they are just like all the other women that they tried to throw under the bus. These same women will be called pick-me's. Okay? And the thing is with pick-me's is that a lot of the rhetoric said about pick-me's is actually true, but the people who are saying it are pick-me's themselves. They pick-me's too, man. You just, both of y'all are birds of a freaking, y'all are birds in the same flock. Y'all part of the same group. And the thing is that when you see women, try to push women pretty much in front of the bus and say, I'm not like her. You gotta look at her life. Don't listen to what she say. Look at her life. What does her life say? Is she that great wife to her husband? Is she submissive? Because we all know you got females out here claiming to be submissive, but they're submissive until, you don't do what they want you to do. And then that submissiveness goes out the window. It's like a switch, And I think the whole submissive talk is basically used to control men. Is used to manipulate them. A woman who is submissive in her actions, who's actually loyal to her husband. She's not out here looking for a group of men to entertain, so to speak. And you have that going on. You got women out here who claim to love their boyfriends or their husbands. They will leave specific areas because they don't want to, rock the boat at home. But then you realize that's bullshit. And the thing is that a lot of times you have women who are basically on social media searching for validation they don't get at home. And I've said this. I made a video a couple years ago about married women being, being addicted to social media. They're on it more than single women are. Single women should be on social media more than some of these married women. But that's what happens when you have burnt all your bridges with all your female friends. Okay? You probably done cheated on your husband. He done found out, and now you can't really be around nobody physically. So now you get on social media and do what you would have been doing physically, And and I know some of you are not gonna like what I'm saying, but these are facts, man. A truly, good woman who's not like the rest is not gonna first off, she's gonna call out behavior, but she's not gonna sit there and try to act like she agrees with everything men are saying just to fit in. She's gonna have some disagreements. She's gonna stand up for herself. But when you see women, basically kowtowing, being a quote unquote pick me, it's not because that's who they are. It's because, they're doing it to fit in. They're actually looking for something that they don't have at home. Now, you do have single women out here, and I'm going to get to them. You got some of these women who are close to hitting the wall. You got some of these women who can't keep a man, who are always angry, who are always telling you to divest, who are always telling you that you need to level up, but then they go and get knocked up by a dusty Vader Mel. They go get knocked up by a dusty Vader Mel, but they say that women need to divest and level up. They're on a different level. Their level is very low because they refuse to look in the mirror. They are just like all the other women that they call pick-me's that they throw under the bus. I told y'all, when you got women pointing the finger, there's going to be 2 or 3 pointing right back at her because she's no different than other women. Now, you got some of these women, though, who luck out and they get a Vader Mel to marry them. They get a guy who wants to have sex regularly, so he puts a ring on a finger. He's willing to work and take care of all the bills because, again, he wants something to come home to, okay? You're the best looking woman he's ever been with. So he's going to settle for you. But that don't mean you're different than the rest of the women you try to point your finger at and laugh at because they're not married. Your marriage isn't special. You hate your husband. You wish you could have something better. You with him because he takes care of you financially. Because we all know these gold diggers, they get on social media and they talk about how great their life is and and they try to make fun of other women who are pick-me's. Now, some of these women who pander to men, they could be pick-me's. We all know this. But you were pick-me too. Because if your husband wasn't so thirsty, you wouldn't have a ring on your finger. Those are facts. If he didn't believe that you were the best looking woman that he's ever been with, he wouldn't fuck with you like that. But he's dealing with you because you're the best he ever had. Okay? So when you look at certain situations, okay, you have women who know that they are just like all the other women, but because they want to fit in, they're willing to be called a pick-me. They're willing to endure abuse that they get inside these male, spaces, because a lot of those guys don't want those women there. And it could be because they just don't like women, or it could be because they understand that, looking down the road, that person may become a problem. You may end up having to block that person. There are, like I said, there are genuine females out there that really want to dialogue with men. They really understand where we're coming from, but they're not seeking our validation. They good where they're at. They're not on social media trying to get a boyfriend on the side, and trying to have a little something extra while their husband is off working. They're not in a loveless situation. They actually have a loving family, but they're just on social media because they want to call out the BS that is going on with a lot of these females who society are propping up. They're propping up the Cardi B's of the world because that's how they want women's standards to be. They want women's standards to be extremely low. So that's why us as men, we speak out and say the things that we're saying, and we get called names, and we get, people upset because we speak our truth. We speak the truth better than anybody. But what's crazy is that I will make videos speaking on female nature, right? But it will be dudes that will be the most upset at me. It will be dudes. It'll be dudes that be upset because deep down, those guys are the type of guys who will marry the pick-me's, quote unquote. They will marry the gold diggers because those women are probably the best that they will ever get. Okay? And when I speak the truth in my videos, these guys can't take it. Some of these guys are, confused every which way. Okay? They're confused in a lot of different areas in their life. And you have to understand where you stand in society and in culture. Because a lot of women, whether they be pick-me's, gold diggers, whatever you want to call them, swirlers, whatever, they're always going to look to the top 10 to 15%. The rest of us are shit out of luck. This is why you have men with multiple kids by multiple women. Women see men with kids as currency. Now, you do have some women that are now saying or speaking out saying they don't want a man with kids, but we all know most women see a man with kids as currency. That man cannot have a dime in his pocket, but as long as he got a couple kids by a couple different women, he's dateable and he's smashable. Because other women want him. And that is the shallow, insecure mindset that exists in the modern day westernized female. Unfortunately, that is why those women don't get married. That's why those women are so bitter on social media. That's why those women will constantly attack men for speaking the truth. But they're the gold diggers. They are the, struggle rapper chasers, They chase the stereotypical type of males. They are the women who we should avoid as men. But you also have women who will fake like they understand men. They will fake like they're submissive. They will fake like they're good women just so they can be around men, and just so they think that one of those men could potentially be a boyfriend or husband material. But what they don't understand is, if a man is truly red pill, he is not going to choose you. If a man is truly going his own way, he's not going to choose you. Now, if there's a man looking for a future wife, a future girlfriend, okay, you might look out and get with him. But if there's two things we know in life, all right, two things that we know in life, We will always pay taxes, and the wall will always be undefeated.